أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا واستووا واعتدلوا وارحمكم الله. استوي قلوبكم. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ولله ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء قدير. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا إنك من تدخل النار فقد أخزيته وما للظالمين من أنصار ربنا إننا سمعنا مناديا ينادي للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك ولا تخزنا يوم القيامة إنك لا تخلف الميعاد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أولم ير الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي أفلا يؤمنون وجعلنا في الأرض رواسي أن تميد بهم وجعلنا فيها فجاجا سبلا لعلهم يهتدون وجعلنا السماء سقفا محفوظا وهم عن آياتها معرضون وهو الذي خلق الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر كل في فلك يسبحون وما جعلنا لبشر من قبلك الخلد أفإن مت فهم الخالدون كل نفس ذائقة الموت ونبلوكم بالشر والخير فتنة وإلينا ترجعون وإذا رآك الذين كفروا إن يتخذونك إلا هزوا أهذا الذي يذكر آلهتكم وهم بذكر الرحمن هم كافرون خلق الإنسان من عجل سأريكم آياتي فلا تستعجلون. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I thank the brothers and sisters, inshallah, and the children for coming and participating tonight in our family event. Inshallah, after the Sunnah prayer, Qari Sahib will recite a few verses from the Holy Quran, after which, inshallah, there will be a very brief, inshallah, discussion, around 20 minutes. And inshallah, we'll have some action plans to take forward from that point onwards, inshallah. So jazakumullah khair for your participation. Inshallah, we want to make this a night of togetherness, community, family. And inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from us all and allow us to continue being part of building this community, inshallah, for a better today and for a better future tomorrow, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولله غيب السماوات والأرض وما أمر الساعة إلا كلمح البصر أو هو أقرب إن الله على كل شيء قدير. والله أخرجكم من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون شيئا وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولله غيب السماوات والأرض ولله غيب السماوات والأرض وما أمر الساعة إلا كلمح البصر أو هو أقرب إن الله على كل شيء قدير. والله أخرجكم من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون شيئا والله أخرجكم من بطون أمهاتكم لا تعلمون تعلمون شيئا وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة لعلكم تشكرون. ألم يروا إلى الطير مسخرات في جو السماء ألم يروا إلى الطير مسخرات في جو السماء ما يمسكهن إلا الله إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ومن كل شيء خلقنا زوجين لعلكم تذكرون ففروا إلى الله إني لكم منه نذير مبين. ولا تجعلوا مع الله إلها آخر إني لكم منه نذير مبين. كذلك ما أتى الذين من قبلهم من رسول إلا قالوا ساحر أو مجنون. أتواصوا به بل هم قوم طاغون فتول عنهم فتول عنهم فما أنت بملوم وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون ما أريد منهم من رزق ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون ما أريد منهم من رزق ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون ما أريد منهم من رزق وما أريد أن يطعمون إن الله هو الرزاق إن الله هو الرزاق ذو القوة المتين صدق الله العظيم
May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the Shaykh and bless his recitation, mashallah. Everyone say Ameen. الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Brothers and sisters in Islam and fellow children, the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself spoke. Yes? And the way he spoke it, regardless if we comprehend the meaning, the message or not, it is directly touching our hearts and our souls. And little by little, surely it will have an impact on our lives. I want to say Jazakumullah khairan to all of you once again for coming out for our self-empowerment series, which we're beginning inshallah on a monthly basis to break down and go to the core of every matter so that we can reconstruct our life and our society on a stable foundation. Does that make sense? So the topic of today's discussion was, who am I? Now, it may sound like a very feeble and a corny, as I would say, topic, but in actuality, if we analyze what's happening in our world today, brothers and sisters, and I'm sure the children could relate to it also, we are seeing a very great divide between humans within one society, one community. An incident may occur, two people who are friends, living in the same town, watching the same story unfold, have a totally different perspective as to what's happening and why it's happening. One would say it's good, one would say it's wrong. And so what happens is that either we can say, well, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about, and that person can say, no, you're wrong, and you don't know what you're talking about. But if we don't break down and understand the reason behind such a staunch difference exists between two people on one and the same story, this division can be hurtful to us all. It is in this approach, in this breakdown, that I fear we will see what the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ warned us of, that good will be looked at as evil and evil will be looked at as good. Where does this all stem from? 5 verses of the Quran is what I want to talk about and inshallah conclude. The first verse of the Holy Quran, taking ourselves from a chart, who am I? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Dahr, هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا. Had a period of time not come upon humans when they were something unmentioned? I.e., the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala existed before He created you and I. Do you all agree? The earth was here before us, yes or no? The angels were here before us, yes or no? So were the jinn kind and everything else. It was all in existence. Allah is reminding us in the Quran, don't get ahead of yourself. There was a time when no one cared about you because you were non-existent. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains how that came about. إِنَّا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ نُطْفَةٍ أَمْشَاجٍ نَبْتَلِيهِ فَجَعَلْنَاهُ سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا إِنَّا هَدَيْنَاهُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about He made us from a drop of fluid. And how from that fluid He formed us into the human being we are today. Say subhanallah. It is such an amazing creation of Allah that when a person sees their own existence, that if you look in the mirror, how perfect Allah has created me, how can one deny the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? But this is one of the many staunch differences that exist in our world today, that God does not exist. You can say what you want, but there was a big bang that occurred and everything just happened. You can try to reason with that person, but they are beyond reasoning because they don't want to listen. Where did this difference stem from? Well, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Who am I? As a human being, I have two options in life. Either I can say that I am honored and blessed that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made me human and I'm not deserving of it. Or I can say, this is my privilege and my right. I'm entitled to this and much more. Does everyone see the difference there? On one side, a person is saying, I'm not deserving of this. I'm not deserving of this. While the other person is saying, I'm entitled to this. When a person goes down the path of shakiran, shakiran does not just mean shukr alhamdulillah. Shakiran means that you know you shouldn't have been what you are, but the fact that Allah made you, alhamdulillah. Kafura isn't the terminology that's existing in our world today, that's kafir. Allah says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَكَفُورٌ. That verily human beings are kafur. There is a tendency to become ungrateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now I'll tell you how both of these work their way down the chart. There are 4 layers. If a person feels that they're honored and blessed and they were not deserving of what they have, then their focus will always be that I wish I'm not known. I wish I'm a nobody. I just want to serve and do what I can do in my capacity. Abu Bakr radiallahu anh, everyone say radiallahu anh. It is written about his words, he used to say, I wish I was a blade of grass. I wish I was a blade of grass. I wish I was a tree that was chopped down and done away with. Such an honorable soul, such a noble soul. Someone who stabilized Islam after the demise and departure of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He accomplished great things. He made a great difference on this earth. But through service, he didn't want to be known. This is a sign of a person who is thankful and grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and is honored and blessed to have the opportunity to do. As for the individual who follows the opposite route, that feels that it's their right, they're entitled to this, their goal will always be to make themselves known. I should be known because people should appreciate me because I've done something hard. Let me give you one example here, which I always give to the children. Many of you sitting here have Apple products either in your pocket, on your wrist, or at home, something. If you're not an Android fan, which I am, so I'm with you, I sympathize with you, we're together in this. But if a person is using Apple products, they know that there was a man named Steve Jobs who revolutionized this technology. From computers to smartphones and the whole 9 yards. He did a great job. But after he died, no one remembers his name. Correct me if I'm wrong, is there any cell phone that came out after his demise, like the 10 or the 10S, that says, in memory of Steve Jobs? No. He did his part, he got his recognition, he's gone, he's forgotten. But a person who feels honored and blessed and wishes that they can do more and they don't need the recognition of it, their name will continue to be on the tongues of millions of people till the day of judgment. When we hear about Abu Bakr, what do we say? Radiallahu anh. When we hear about Ibrahim alayhi salam, we say alayhi salam. When we recite durood, we have the name of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's name is being mentioned. Why? Because this is an angle of focus. How we focus is what the outcome will be. Now, if a person whose focus is on service, selfless service, their effort will be, every day I have to make effort for a better tomorrow. They will gauge their actions in words because they don't want to be a source of harm. Make sense? They don't want to harm anybody. They want to be goodness. But whereas a person who wants to make every day in their world better doesn't care what happens to other people so long I get what I want. What matters is me, myself, and I don't care about anyone else. So the difference in the effort beyond the focus is a very vast difference. A person who says, I'm not deserving of this, is working for a greater cause and ensuring that their actions and words do not hurt anyone along that path. But whereas a person is on the path of self-entitlement, they feel that every day should be about me and no one else. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran regarding the focus aspect. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I have created you only for service. To worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brothers and sisters, isn't just coming to the masjid and praying salah. To worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't mean just go for Hajj. It doesn't mean just give zakat. Worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means every moment of your life you're doing something good that brings Allah's creation and Him closer. You're the instrument. So you're a source of good. When it comes to effort, a person realizes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created death and life to test us which one of us can do better deeds. A person who is always grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always realizes that this world is short and it's going to end. It is as short as a person or a child who makes a sand castle by the beach and the water comes and washes it away. The child doesn't cry about it because it knew it was only there for a short time. As human beings, we are here planning for the next world. And since we're planning for the next world, we don't let the worries of this world take the best of us. Who sustains us? Who sustains us? Who has taken the promise to sustain every single creation of His? Allah did, right? وَمَا مِن دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا عَلَى اللَّهِ رِزْقُهَا. Anything that moves on this earth, its sustenance is taken, the responsibility of it, Allah has taken on Himself. So a person who realizes life will end will continue to do good, not worrying about what they need in this world. They're going to work, they're going to study, they're going to accomplish good things, but they're not going to attribute these things to their personal success. Rather, they're going to utilize these things for our collective success. Hassan Basri rahimahullah said that when I understood that my sustenance is only in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the worries of this world started departing from me. I didn't worry about the world. But a person who is always worried about this world because they feel they're entitled to this world, they will depend on themselves. And they will only plan for this life and not for the life coming tomorrow. So as you can see, who am I? If I say I'm a nobody, who am I, everyone? You have two options. We can say we're a nobody or we're a somebody. If we believe we're a nobody, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you into somebody. You know why? Because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves us, loves a person, He tells the angels of the throne, I love this person. You love him too or her too. And that word trickles down from the skies to the skies to the sky of this world. That all creation of Allah, Allah loves this individual, you love them also. Does that make sense? But if a person believes there is somebody, then ultimately what happens? They will always remain a nobody. So as a nobody, our focus is that we want to do good and we don't want recognition for it. We want to make sure we're working towards a better tomorrow and we're not going to hurt anyone in the path of that. We realize that life is temporary, it's going to end, so we're going to do that which Allah has given us to do with, and we're not going to seek more. And last but not least, the balance is that I'm always worried about how my Allah sees me and not how the people see me. See, the biggest stress factor is when we feel that people should see me as a nice person. People should talk about me as a good person. And ultimately what happens is that we hear something slightly against that, it bothers us. It concerns us. It stresses us out. It makes us depressed. It makes us work harder to win over that person's heart. But ultimately, it doesn't happen. So the balance with which we have to live our lives is, how does my Allah see me? Not how the world sees me. What will be the outcome? 2 more minutes and we're done. If a person is focused on the path of I'm a nobody, he or she is falling imma shakira. And if a person feels they're privileged and entitled, then it goes down the path of imma kafura, that they're constantly struggling to prove something which they cannot prove. If we go down that second path, we will trample over the rights of others. We will hurt people. We will compete with each other for nothing. And ultimately, we all have to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But a person who is grateful, honored, and blessed to be a human being and a Muslim will always continue to serve, looking at the bigger picture, hoping that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala embraces and accepts them for the good that they do. So brothers and sisters in Islam, the fundamental approach of life, how we see life, is the key between a good life in a good world, or a world of competition and disarray and confusion and division. How can we make it whole again? We have to leave from here in the next 90 seconds saying, "Oh Allah, I'm a nobody. I thank you for everything you've given me. And I ask you to allow me to do good with what I have, so that we can be a part of something better and something greater. And inshallah, meet you tomorrow, that you're happy with me because we've been happy to meet you." That being said, we end this program of the talk and the Quranic recitation. And now it's time for, inshallah, for us to go and have some time together with our families and friends. Before we do that, inshallah, I have 2 requests. Number 1, tonight, inshallah, keeping what we talked about in mind, we are going to spend some time getting to know those people that we don't know in our community. Inshallah. We've been in this masjid for so long, praying beside each other. Some of them playing basketball together, but we don't even know each other's names. Spend some time together with one another. Number 2, I want to make a request from the sisters and from the brothers. Anyone who is new in our community, if they can at least put their hands up, inshallah. Anyone who's moved in the last month or 2? MashaAllah. Jazakallah. What's your name, brother? MashaAllah. Brother Sayyid Anwar, MashaAllah. Brother Abdaleen. So everyone say Assalamu alaikum to Brother Anwar and Abdaleen. We welcome them to our community and family. You know, it's so hard when a person moves in and they don't know anyone. We just want to make sure that we identify every month our individuals who have joined our greater family. And we ask you all to, inshallah, allow us and honor us to be there for you both and your families. If there's anything we can do, inshallah, let us know. Similarly, in the sisters, if there's any sister who is new, please identify herself to the other sisters, so that, inshallah, we can, inshallah, welcome each other and be of assistance to one another. So, inshallah, now we have time to go out, enjoy with the food trucks and the families, and inshallah, keep this in mind. If we have this in our mind, I promise you, our lives will become better, our community will become stronger, and our world will be a better place to live. Jazakumullah khairan. We'll see you all at Isha time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.